Hello. I am Dr. Redacted. I am one of the head researchers here at the RPC Authority. And today we'll be reviewing document RPC-504, codename the Cooking Cleaver. Registered Phenomena Code 504. Object Class Alpha Yellow. Hazard Types Transmutation Hazard. Containment Protocols. RPC-504 is to be kept in a hermetically sealed locker at Site 016, accessible only via a key in the possession of head researcher Michelin. With permission from the head researcher, Authority personnel may access RPC-504 for research or recreational purposes, provided that any staff involved with the use of RPC-504 are under the supervision of a staff member of at least Level 3 clearance or higher. Any consumable foodstuffs created by RPC-504 are to be reported to head researcher Michelin and placed in cold storage if not consumed immediately. Authority personnel are permitted to take items created by RPC-504 to consume during break periods if access to the mess hall is unavailable. Description: RPC-504 is a standard-sized meat cleaver with a rectangular stainless steel blade and an oak wood handle, weighing approximately 0.45 kilograms. Despite the assumed age of RPC-504, no traces of rust have been found on the blade, although detailed analysis of the material has concluded that the materials used to make RPC-504 are otherwise non-anomalous. Despite this, any attempts to remove the blade from the handle have been ineffective. RPC-504's anomalous effects manifest when the item is used to cut or chop substances that would normally be considered inedible for humans, such as wood or stone. Experiments have found that RPC-504 is able to cleanly cut through objects that a standard cleaver would be unable to. Upon being used to cut inedible objects, the piece that is cut will be transformed through a currently unknown process into an edible foodstuff once separated from the original mass. The foodstuff created by this process appears to be random, but will often take a similar shape to the original piece. RPC-504 appears to have no effect on edible objects that are properly cooked. Foodstuffs created by RPC-504 are edible and safe to be consumed by humans. While test subjects report no adverse effects from consuming these foodstuffs, these items are reported to taste similar to their original form, even when edible. Items that are originally toxic or highly poisonous will have their venomous effects neutralized, but particularly foul tastes have been reported after consumption of these objects. RPC-504 was originally discovered in the kitchen of Puccini's Italian restaurant in Indianapolis, Illinois, after reports of a seemingly bottomless food supply caught the attention of Authority personnel. After a week-long surveillance operation in which no fresh food deliveries were reported, Authority agents were able to discover that the restaurant was instead purchasing large quantities of firewood and using RPC-504 to transform it into edible foodstuffs. The restaurant was quickly quarantined under the cover story of a mold outbreak, and RPC-504 was recovered. All staff at the restaurant were given Class A amnestics before service resumed. In order to better understand the anomalous properties of RPC-504 and its effects on inedible organic matter, a series of tests was ordered by head researcher Michelin regarding the food created, and if RPC-504 could change the molecular structure of what the item cuts into. CSD 8372, a voluntary CSD, was chosen as a test subject due to their previous experience in culinary arts, but was not informed of the origins of the foodstuffs. Experiment Log 504A. Item used: 1 large wooden log, recovered during inquisition of RPC-504. Result: upon cutting one circular piece from the edge of the log, the cut area appeared to take the form of a well-done hamburger patty. Upon being asked to consume the patty without knowing its genetic makeup, CSD 8372 reported that it tasted similar to a piece of wood. This finding allowed researchers to come to a conclusion that while the physical appearance and edibility of the object change, the anomaly does not affect how human taste buds perceive the taste of the object. Item used: one large wooden log purchased at a wholesale lot. Result: in order to deduce whether or not the logs recovered from RPC-504 in Illinois were anomalous in nature themselves, logs were purchased and delivered from outside the state. Once the log was cut in the same method as the previous experiment, the cut segment appeared to take the form of a large wheel of cheddar cheese. Upon tasting, CSD-8372 reported a bland and unpleasant taste consistent with the previous experiment. Item used: one 6-ounce sirloin steak, uncooked and unseasoned. Result: upon being cut, the piece of raw meat took the appearance of a well-done steak. When tasted, CSD-8372 reported that the steak tasted raw. CSD-8372 was examined for salmonella poisoning, but no adverse effects were found. Item used: one 2-A36 steel bar with a circular cross-section. Result: when a large cylindrical piece was cut from the main bar, the cut area took on the form of a large round cake. CSD-8372 reported the appearance of the cake to be similar to a Black Forest cake, but displayed a strong dislike of the sharp metallic taste of the bar. Item used: one unprepared fugu, toxic areas not removed. Result: a cut section including the liver, the most toxic area of the fugu, took the form of several rolls of nigirizushi, hand-pressed sushi. While CSD-8372 recognized the taste of fugu, a strong tart taste was also noted, which is believed to be the neutralized venom. After findings gathered by the researchers were presented to researcher Lagas, a proposal was drafted and approved by the site director to attempt testing of RPC-504 on living beings. Researcher Lagas was presented with one live snake in order to test his hypothesis. Experiment 504B. Item used: one live specimen of Python regius, commonly known as the ball python. Result: the snake's head was separated from the body, which was converted into long strands of linguine noodles. CSD-8372 noted the taste of peculiar meat and skin as dry. Upon the completion of this experiment, researcher Lagas submitted Proposal 504-1 to the director of Site 34. This proposal was denied due to the use of live human subjects to test RPC-504. Researcher Lagas, against the orders of the site directors, continued with his proposal. Item used: CSD-8372. Result: in order to test his theory, researcher Lagas used RPC-504 to amputate the left ring finger of CSD-8372. According to CSD-8372's account, the amputated finger took the form of a peeled baby carrot, which researcher Lagas quickly consumed in front of CSD-8372 for research purposes. Immediately after authority security forces became aware of the incident due to the security footage and the testimony of CSD-8372, researcher Lagas was quickly terminated due to grave misuse of his authority, as well as disobeying a direct order from site command. CSD-8372 was promptly placed in medical care. As a result of this incident, testing of RPC-504 on living beings has been suspended indefinitely. The following is an access letter to Head Researcher Michelin, clearance level 4 or higher required. To Rachel Michelin, Head Researcher RPC-504, from GD07. Subject: Global Command response to future RPC-504 usage. While testing on live objects has since been forbidden after the incident with researcher Lagas, we do still believe that there are properties to be explored with RPC-504. There are several questions we have discussed about its unusual properties. Perhaps, even if we must deny the previous proposal, there are other uses for the anomaly. We would like you to continue research into RPC-504, particularly its effects on natural objects. The Global Command wonders someday if we would be able to fully analyze the anomalous properties of RPC-504, and were able to transform it into a solution to hunger across our sites and MST groups on long missions. Alternatively, we could use it as a torture device to extract information from our enemies, but slicing off a man's ear and eating it in front of him is a bit cruel even for us. You have full authority to use RPC-504 to eliminate any sensitive documents or objects that need to be erased until we reconsider our position on cross-testing RPC-504 with other anomalies or live humans. In the meantime, it appears Site-016 has found an effective way to cut down on food costs for the CSD. Sincerely, GD-07. That was RPC-504, The Cooking Cleaver, written by TheCriticalFrog. The link to the article is in the description below, alongside the link to the RPC Authority wiki. Thank you for listening. Have a good day.